Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome to the Fix This Build That Sunday night live show. I'm Brad.
And I'm Susan.
And we're here to pump you up.
That's right. But
you got a little something on your lip. I don't know what that is. Anyway,
lovely.
It's like a little piece of chocolate or dinner or something. We are excited to be here because that means that we are not in the presence of our crazy dog, who had some crazy stuff going on this weekend, but some his fault, some not his fault. And yeah, so the saga continues. But no new project this week, but I've been working on the bookcases. So there's going to be a big bookcase in my son's room with a desk in between and a shelf. And we're really excited about it because it's going to be a great way to add additional storage because he's got all kinds of stuff in his room and nowhere to store it. So we are excited to get that going, and he is definitely excited.
He's ready.
He keeps asking. He's like, what is it?
That
was the prayer
yeah.
at lunch. He was like,
at dinner,
or at dinner, he was like, I just pray that Dad will finish up my storage.
One day soon.
One day soon. That was great. All right, before we jump in, I wanted to thank some new folks to the Builders Club. We had Leslie Mayo, Kevin Aquino, Steve Tunley, Raymond Cooper, Avant Kumar show, and Ranley Bartlett. Thank you guys so much for joining the Builders Club. If you're not familiar with what that is, it's basically the inner circle of the Fix This Build That audience, where they get early access to videos, they get shout outs in the lives, as well as shout outs in the main videos, and they get free plans. So if you're interested in that, you can head down to fixthisbuildthat.com/Builders Club. And we appreciate the support of everybody there, and welcome. All right. I think we just go right into beer of the week. I mean,
I think you need it.
I think we need it. All right, beer. We're just going to go right in. Well, why don't we greet some people first? All right, who do we have?
False alarm.
False alarm. Sorry. Stan Powell, what's up, my man? Travis in the house. Stan and Travis are like always like, boom, early goers. Alan Isaac, how's it going, Alan?
Hey, Alan.
We got James McIntyre. We got Will in the house. It is a quiet crowd tonight. My gosh, I wonder what's going on.
I don't know.
Who knows? It was nice and rainy
something
here.
going on?
I don't know.
I don't
Olympics
think so.
part 2? I don't know. I scheduled it at a different time, so I wonder if it showed up. I didn't schedule it for a different time. I scheduled it at a different time. So like
you were physically scheduling it at a
yeah,
different
so
time.
usually I schedule the lives like right after I'm done because I can hit that and it just copies it and it's nice and easy. But then I realized like it shows up in the feed when you schedule it. And so I put a reminder and I didn't schedule it until like Friday.
Oh.
But because like whenever I'm like, I don't know how it comes up. I would love to hear actually, especially for the folks who are there because you guys are mostly major regulars. Is you just know to sign in or does it come up? Like how do you remember to come to the live? I'd love to hear it because.
Or is it just ingrained?
You're like 9 o'clock Sundays, got to be there.
This is normal.
I know a lot of these people have been here for a long time, so probably is. But anyway, so I wonder if that's part of it because I didn't schedule it until Friday, like at 5 o'clock or something. Because it would show up later in the feed was my thought. Because if I schedule it right after this, it's like in the feed a week ago.
I don't know.
That was my idea. Okay. All right. Well.
Maybe the people will tell us.
I don't know. Let's see here. What we're going to do. Beer. The beer of the week. Wait, Katie's not even here. Beer of the week.
She'll have to watch it back.
It seems appropriate for today. All right. Well, we had the beer of the week is the Yeehaw IPA. Susan is cracking in from Johnson City, Tennessee, which is northeastern Tennessee. Tri-City, as they call it. And fine Southern beer in India Pale Ale. It's the Yeehaw IPA from Yeehaw Brewing, courtesy of Katie Lockridge and her super chat.
What does it say?
2 weeks ago.
Drink Yeehaw beer. Fine Southern beer.
You'll say it when you drink it.
Yeehaw. That's what you'll say, I guess.
Yeehaw. Ooh.
Oh, that's delicious.
I like that.
That's really good. I guess you'll say yeehaw.
Katie.
Like yeehaw. It's
good
so
choice.
Good. Yes.
Katie didn't actually tell us this one. We just used her money to help purchase it.
I bought something.
Thank you so much, Katie.
There was hazy little IPA on the shelf, and I thought about it, but I was like, no. I pushed myself outside of the comfort zone to get something.
To get some,
Yeah.
I feel
and
like
it seemed very Tennessee. I was like,
It is. It's from Johnson City.
Yeah.
All right. Yes. Stan is now calling me Brab. It's okay. No, you corrected that. I got like an eyebrow hair hanging down into my eye.
Whenever I type your name, it always wants to autocorrect you to bead or bread.
Or bread. Yeah, bread is a popular one. Creaker dudes, what's up, man? What's up? Big Will. We're having some issues with the puppy. I think the vast majority is just puppy issues. It's just owning a puppy. I personally was not ready. I had a vision in my mind of what it was going to be. And
it's
that
like the Disney version of what
me
too.
Like Lady and the Tramp, eating meatballs.
Just all the fun, easy stuff.
Yeah.
Which a lot of it doesn't even happen until they're not puppies anymore.
Right.
Like,
So
the idea
we're
of
in
him
for a
snuggling
good.
on the couch with us one day.
Right.
Sounds so appealing.
We're in for another.
Not gonna happen for a long
18
time.
months of hell until we can get there. But
so Brad is a little bit in a dark place about this right now.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say the dog is really good. We had overall a great weekend with him.
Yes,
we have figured out a lot of things about the setup in our house, which have helped. And like, you've done a lot of research and you found some cool training stuff, which I think is cool because
Robert Cabral, I think.
Yeah.
Cabral. I don't know how you say the last name, but
he seems awesome. And so we're kind of like, now we found a person that we're pumped about. And so we're going to do what he tells us to do, essentially.
Right.
Yeah. But like, Smokey's doing okay. He's just, he's really, really good. It's just us figuring out how to handle unforeseen situations.
Like I said, it's all puppy stuff. It's not like
his fault.
he's
it's
a
not
bad
him. It's not like
puppy.
he's a bad
He's
egg
just a
or
puppy.
something. Right. We're just trying to figure out how best to parent him, if you will.
Yes. Let's see here. Travis got a reminder 30 minutes prior through my phone. Click the bell and I get a reminder. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Lisa. Oh, hey, Lisa. How you doing? Lisa Braun in the house.
Hey, Lisa.
And Will is just like, I just know, man. Stan sets an alarm on the computer.
Nice.
Set up on my phone to remind me 20 minutes prior. Oh, awesome. Okay, cool. So that's a setting, I guess, that
really
for
nice.
lives that you can get at 20 minutes. Oh, that's awesome. That's good to know because I can, that'd be like, hey, when we tell people, come join, make sure you turn on the notification to get a reminder.
Right.
I guess that's what it is. I guess it's,
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess I get those. I don't have notifications turned on for a whole lot of people. I don't know if I have them on for any people, quite honestly. I think I turned them off.
Fred is like, do not contact me.
But okay, cool. Thank you guys for letting us know.
Yeah, it's good to know. Good feedback.
Alan says it's his favorite Sunday night show. Well, we appreciate it. It's our favorite Sunday night show as well, Alan. So
yes,
hanging out with you guys.
Yay.
All right, the IPA, James, it is solid.
It is good. It's got more body to it, I think, than like a hazy IPA. But it's good. I like it.
Yeah, it's
Gouda.
It's kind of, what does it remind you of? It's the best of both coasts. West Coast hop style and unfiltered New England style look. So that'd be kind of like a hazy, unfiltered, right? That's what a hazy is basically, is like unfiltered.
Like at first taste, it tastes like a hazy to me, but then it's got this aftertaste to it that I think is a little different than what I'm used to. But it's good.
It does taste a lot like
It's not
hazy
as fruity.
No.
It's not as fruity. So if you don't like a fruity-ish beer,
maybe you don't want to get
this could be
into
the one for you.
But maybe it is.
But it's still really good. Like, it's hoppy. It's a beer,
It's
like
a beer.
for me.
I like
if
that. It's a beer, so we like it.
If it's a stout, I'm probably out. If it's a stout, Susan is out. Like, I just don't like a beer that tastes like chocolate.
That's a title. If it's a stout, I'm out.
I mean, like, that's just.
I'm with you. I hate stouts.
They're too heavy. I will put it in my soup, no problem.
Yep.
It is delicious in my chicken taco soup, but I don't want to drink it necessarily.
Yeah, we have like a whole closet full of stout beers that we got.
We're set for like 3 years.
We got like a case of stout beer that we're just like, we each had like one and we're like, yeah.
Never
and
am
so it goes into the soup.
Yeah, not even when it's cold out. I'm not like, ooh, a stout sounds amazing. I'm just not.
It's okay.
But yeah, and like a sour beer, hard pass. But other than that,
so
I like it all.
Creaker Dude says, hey, we can just turn this into beer talk. If you guys have woodworking questions, just let us know.
Right,
But
let us know.
We're on the
if
beer.
you have puppy tips, please pass those
We're on the
our
beer
way.
cycle, so we'll say it. Daniel Pikes, you missed us talking about beer. Not much. Beer and dogs so far.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
So Creeker Dude says he's not much of a beer drinker. What would I recommend as a good beer? He likes sweet over sour.
Huh.
So he wouldn't like. I wouldn't go IPAs then, because IPAs
Really?
are like hoppy and sour are kind of.
Okay. Do you like hops?
He's not much of a beer person, so he probably doesn't know.
I would do like a Blue Moon.
Ooh yeah, like
Because
a Belgian
a Blue
white.
Moon, yeah, a Belgian white. A Blue Moon is
I would go with the
sweeter
Blue Moon.
and not sour and really smooth, I think. And then you can have a little orange slice in it.
I was thinking, or like
Delicious.
a shock top. It's basically the same thing.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Or what is the yellow and red one from Shinerbach?
Oh.
That one's.
Yeah. I'm not a huge.
Yeah, maybe not. The other two. Go with the other two. Try them out.
That's what I would recommend.
Let us know.
That was what they used to have at our favorite pizza place in Cincinnati. And then remember when they were like, they used to have that at Dewey's, and then they, after years of we would go there and get our delicious, it's the best pizza in the world.
It is.
And
in Cincinnati, they're also in Kentucky and Indiana, I believe, Dewey's Pizza.
And Kansas City, for some random reason. They have them in Kansas City, or at least one.
And the kids probably moved out there.
Probably, yeah. I emailed them, the people, and I was like, "But when in Nashville?" Never happened.
They're like, yeah.
But anyway, they used to have, what is it we're talking about? Blue Moon there. It was so good. And then they were like, no, this is too mainstream, because they like to keep it kind of like
keep it crafty.
Yeah. So they don't have it anymore.
Yeah, so check those out. And you can't beat a good Bud Light just for a nice, easy beer.
If you don't want to think too hard, Bud Light is the way to go.
So I have a tip for you guys. Going back to woodworking, yes. It's been really interesting because I've been building these bookcases, and they are massive. They're both right over there. So 2 tips I have for you. One,
they're so big.
They're so large. One is if you have a smaller workbench, if you have a larger sheet, I keep a sheet on hand just for this purpose. And I used to have MDF.
A sheet of what? You haven't said
I know
what? Oh.
because I used to keep a sheet of MDF, and then I cut it down and used it for something. So now I have melamine, which it's a 4x4 sheet of melamine. And I put it on top of the bench.
But
so
he's not cutting for nothing.
No, my bench is only 25 inches wide. Mm-hmm. So having a sheet of something, like if you have a narrow bench, have a sheet of something. MDF and melamine are great because they're nice and flat. Plywood, because there's no grain to those. They're they're MDF and then an OSB inner core, or not OSB, but like particle board basically in the melamine. And so there's no grain to it, so it doesn't really warp, right? It'll more like mushroom. Like if it gets wet, it'll just like grow.
That sounded awesome.
La, 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 la. And so if you get that, then you can make sure it's nice and flat, put it on your bench, and it's a great way to assemble. Now, again, I only had a 4x4 sheet, and so I was assembling these huge 8-foot bad boys on there, and so I would work on half of it and then move it to the middle, work on the middle, and then move it to the end and work on the end. And that actually worked out. It worked out okay. It never tipped on me, thankfully. But yeah, just having an extra sheet of something to expand your work surface if your work surface isn't big enough is a great way. The second tip is if you ever have something large in your garage, if you're in a garage shop, make sure that you take precautions so that you don't open your garage door if you're storing it on that end of the garage where the garage door could hit it. Think about that. This didn't happen.
Like if it's in the track of where the door would go.
Yes.
Which is so easy to forget about.
Well, the funniest part is,
us.
it's like if y'all were following along, we talked about it.
It does sound like this happened to us. Thank God.
We've knocked the garage off the tracks or off the pulley 2 times in the same day.
Yeah.
In the same day.
Same day? Or
That was the same day. No, it was the same day. And it may have been the next day.
But I don't know.
Anyway.
It felt like an hour
I think it was the same day.
Or something.
Yeah. And
no,
then
it was the next
that
day.
was like a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago maybe.
Yeah, before the dog, pre-dog.
And even I put them over there and I didn't even think about it. But somebody commented and it was like, oh man, because I did a story and showed it, and somebody on YouTube actually commented and was like,
bless this person.
Make sure you don't run your garage. And I was like, oh my gosh, how did I not think about that? And so I went over and we have a lock on the keypad, on the pad. And I called Susan because I thought about it. I was like, go out right now. Now, thankfully, it's been raining, so nobody's been in and out of the garage.
Well, and in theory, our door should go up, hit that, and then go back. No. Is it not working on this end? Never mind.
Because they're on rollers, too. So I think this one on the left would be okay. We have them kind of over there. I think this one on the left, it would actually just push it back into the shop. But this one on the right would hit that bench and then it would tip over. It would be a disaster.
Well, and I didn't tell you this, but there have been times in the last 24 hours that I'd be coming home with the kids from somewhere and I'd think to myself, we should just put the door up and go through the garage because the dog was sleeping and I didn't want to wake the dog up. And then I was too lazy and I was like, I heard you out there and I was like, oh man, what if he's recording? Like, I don't want to like interrupt the recording. Dodged a bullet on that one.
So there's your two tips.
Yeah, 2 tips.
2 tips for
the day. How
are
you going to spray them? Give me a tip on that.
Maybe, I don't know. That's why I'm not. That's why they're not sprayed yet.
They're so big, guys. They're so.
I'm gonna have to get a ladder.
Are you gonna? Can you want to turn the camera so they can?
Yeah, we can. Here, why don't you, we'll
I
give
mean,
you guys
we keep
a sneak
looking
peek.
over there.
Brian Farth, T Hub.
Hey, Brian. Hey, T Hub.
What are you guys late for? We want to know.
What's the big deal?
Was there something going on? Did we miss something?
I mean, it's not like football's not on, right?
I think football might be on.
Oh no, it's not.
Oh,
it is August. Oh, jeez.
Is NFL?
Or is it preseason?
Yeah, preseason on.
Oh, I have heard people talking about preseason chatter.
Let's take a
comparing.
gander.
Talking about some quarterback who started in 2010 or something and is still playing. Who's that? Colts. Somebody for the Colts.
All right, here we go.
I don't know. I saw that.
I don't know how this is gonna go, guys. But
we don't know how this is gonna go. The world is shaking. Sorry. That wasn't even good.
Hi.
It's Brad, up close and personal. There they
are. Over there. The one on the right, is that a good shot? I can't.
Yeah, it's good. They can see him.
The one on the right, so those are in the track of the garage
door.
But the one, there we go, lock back in.
Yeah, don't let it fall.
No.
Okay.
That would be
We're good. We made it.
The size of it. So
the screen is faced away now.
Yeah, sorry. You can see that those are. Oh, and I don't have my thing on.
Oh, right. So start from the beginning on that one.
Sorry.
Brad was talking. Sorry.
You could see, if y'all could see during that, we need like a second camera or something. It's like delayed over there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and then Scott's late, and Teresa. Here's Teresa.
All right, everybody, where have y'all been?
Yeah. Well,
I mean, no shame.
It's school. I think it's.
Oh.
Teresa just said, "Hey, school schedules."
Totally makes sense. I feel your pain.
And so, anyway, and I have them on like roller stands too, and so they're freaking huge. And so I don't know how I'm going to spray them because I can't really lay them sideways because, well, for one thing, I'd have to paint the side. I mean, I'd have to flip them. So, has anybody painted? Has anybody sprayed huge cabinets like that? Like give me some ideas. I mean, I'm almost thinking I'll either have to use like a ladder and go up.
Oh my gosh.
Or
and then like hang tarps or something?
Yeah, well, I bought some so I bought some plastic to hang it up. I'm going to use the center rail of the garage door opener, and then the garage door, and then the side rail.
Definitely locking that thing down.
To do like a Dexter.
That's going to be so
style.
Cool though. I mean, it'll be.
Yeah, I've done it before.
Not that big though.
I've not sprayed that big, but I've done that before. When I sprayed Macy's bed, I did that.
It's been a minute.
It has been a minute. Let us know. Let us know what I should do. Let me
give us your
some tips.
And we can't do it outside. For those of you that are going to say, "Oh, take it outside."
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Humid, and then it's also really rainy because the tropical storm or whatever is coming up and through, and like for the next 4 days, it's going to be like 60% chance of rain and like 100% humidity, pretty much. I mean, so that's not good painting weather.
Lisa says she's got a 6-month-old puppy.
Okay.
That's getting spayed tomorrow.
Oh.
And her summer hard seltzer budget is maxed out.
Well, the funny thing is I keep like every day for the last at least week for sure, but even before that, I've been thinking like I need to start eating healthy again. Like we eat pretty healthy, but like, we just kind of were drinking beers at night on the weekend. We don't really drink during the week, and like I would just be hungry and eat a cookie or some whatever.
Ooh,
I was like,
did we eat the sandwiches?
Yeah, you were like, I don't know where you were. You were having a moment.
Is mine still out there?
I'm not sitting out in the freezer. There are plenty.
Susan bought some like ice cream cookie sandwiches
from Costco.
It's like 2 cookies and then ice cream in the middle.
Ridiculously
They're
good.
really good.
Oh, they're good. Anyway, they're as good as you would expect them to be.
I'm excited now.
But I keep thinking like, oh, I need to eat healthy, and then like every day there's something where I'm like, I'll start tomorrow because it's just stressful. Although I do feel like it's settling down a little bit for the moment.
With the kids back in school, yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's everything.
All right, let's see here. Scott's redoing the kitchen backsplash. Nice.
Ooh, nice.
Been there, done that. last week or the week before at the mud and tape face. Awesome. I remember the mud and tape face, Scott. It was not fun.
Go with God, Scott. Go with God.
Yes, absolutely. This is catching up on some Sunday night chats, and woodworking is Creeker Dudes is his passion, what he aspires to do. However, when you have a DIY house videos, it gives me courage. Oh, awesome. Yeah.
You have a what?
He's just saying like he loves woodworking. It's kind of a passion, but seeing the DIY stuff also, motivates him and
good.
Gives him some ideas.
True. I feel like when I see other people doing DIY stuff online, it makes me want to have you do more DIY.
It's like,
I like to act like it's me doing it, but it gives you ideas.
But one of my buddies, I think is probably one of the best at encouraging people and giving people, that courage to do it is Alex Mazukin from Mr. Build It.
Yeah.
Because he is just like fearless. He just like rolls into stuff. He has no idea what he's doing, but it's actually no. I'm just saying a lot of times he'll say like, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Right. He figures it out as he goes.
What he does a really good job of, and he's done it. He didn't necessarily do it a few years back, but I've heard it more and more. Is that he'll be like, I consulted a bunch of I'm not a plumber. I don't know what I'm doing, but I talked to blah blah a ton of people, and here's what I found. Right. So he's like seeking out the experts, getting all the information he can. Like, hey, when I'm moving this toilet flange, how should what's the rise and run and slope of the whatever, and whatever he needs to get. But and like tiling was the one he was like, he's talking to people about like a shower pan curb and all that stuff, because that's like
he did that.
So involved.
Right, you definitely want to get that right.
Right, in that it's like, something you don't want to mess around with. So anyway, but he does an awesome job of that. He's just like, you guys can do, his whole big motto is courage and sweat. So I love Alex is doing that, and same thing. So I love that being able to show that stuff helps other people do jobs in their own house. Right. But I know a lot of people also be like, dude, when are you gonna start woodworking again? Because I went back and looked. The last woodworking project we did was the mobile cart.
That's crazy.
I did a couple of projects in the shop, the cutting board video and the organization, but I didn't really, I didn't build anything.
Right. It was just a season of getting DIY stuff done.
We had a lot of outdoor, because it's summer, we had a lot of outdoor stuff.
Yeah.
So we had 3 projects outside, I think.
I mean, I can still think of DIY stuff that we would like to get done.
Right. But it's been nice to do the woodworking on the bookshelves, and I'm looking forward to
being in the shop the whole time.
Let's see if we had any advice over here on.
It's so much harder when you're working outside and working with the weather or around the weather and all that.
Let's hear. Oh, that's good.
But for all you DIYers, I mean, you can save so much money, this lady that I was talking to today.
Scott, we will never turn down beer, so.
She was saying that they have to redo their kitchen completely because it's just the way that it was built was crazy, like dysfunctional. And so they're going to move things and redo things, like a whole gut and like moving where the stove is and all this stuff. Guess how much she's been quoted that it would be?
Oh gosh, for a whole plus all the cabinets, I'd assume.
And the cabinets are weird, and she only has 2 drawers in the entire
plus
kitchen.
Plus new appliances.
Well, she has
the whole shebang.
She has the appliances. She's already purchased the appliances.
$60,000.
100,000.
100,000. Yeah, I was gonna say 75.
Like there was 70,000 was one quote, but there's another dude who sounds really good who was like, listen. She was telling me this, and I was like, yeah. I mean, that's who I would go with. She said this guy was like, this is my rate. Take it or leave it. I'm not going to nickel and dime you, but I will do everything you need, like the little knife drawer and all this and that, and like it's all custom cabinetry and everything. But he's like, but I've got a list of people that are waiting for me to come and work with them. So like $100,000. It's
tell you
a lot.
What, if anybody needs a kitchen rehab for $100,000, I'm your guy. I will do whatever it takes.
We will do whatever it is needed. I know. No. Well, she does, honey. We can just go right down the road.
As long as you provide all the material.
I mean, $100,000 for a kitchen, guys.
That's a lot.
It'll be beautiful, but it better be beautiful,
Yeah, my gosh.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like a house.
Isaac, aren't we all? Isaac says, I'm just trying to find a good deal on some tools that I want but probably don't need. I find myself, I'm a sucker for a good deal. So you don't say. I've bought many a tool that I'm like, you can't pass this price up. Like it's on sale.
When's the last time you did that?
I mean, it's been a minute, but it's been that because I've just got so many things now. I've built it up. But like when I was first starting out, you bet your bottom dollar, baby. I was jumping in there, and the sale would come on and I'd buy like a
Oh, I remember when the Black Friday sales were hitting.
spoke shave.
We'd be like going to Home Depot and Lowe's.
Right. I mean, I've got like a bazillion clamps that I bought almost all of them off of Black Friday 50% off deals because I'm like, to be fair, I use most of them. Like there's been points in times where I have used all of a certain size for certain things. So
it's good.
It was worth it. Yeah.
Sure.
I wish they had those sales still. That was 50% off. Those were great. 50% off parallel clamps.
You talk about that a lot, I
think. I do. It was, everybody used to love those. I thought Isaac just said, anyone get good deals on any tools accidentally? He said recently. I was like, I did accidentally get a good deal on a tool one time. I went, I was at Home Depot. This is actually a perfect example of what we just talked about. I was buying something. I don't remember what it was, but I saw this edge guide for my circular saw, which I have never used, by the way. I saw an edge guide for the circular saw. It's like one of those that you...
Circular saw or the edge guide?
The edge guide.
Okay, I was going to say.
You put it into the circular saw. It's like the little arm, the 90-degree angle deal. You put it in there, screw it down, and do the offset. And then you ride it along the edge. And it was Porter cable was the saw I had at the time. I still have it, actually. But it was like, I don't know, like $20 or something like that. And it was marked down to like $9. And I was like, I got to get that. That's like, it was like a closeout.
Must have.
Well, I go up to the counter and I'm like, because this is like before self-checkout and all that. This is decades ago, at least a decade ago. And it was in Cincinnati for sure. I went to check out and they scanned it. And she was like, And I looked at it and it came up as a penny. And I was like, yeah, I'll take it. And so what has happened, and this is actually before I worked in retail. I was still working at GE I was in aircraft engines. So that tells you how long ago it was. Pre-2007.
Ago.
This is pre-2007.
Yeah.
And so anyway, because I bought it, and then what happened is that they discontinued it. And what happens in retail is that a lot of times is when you discontinue products, you take a markdown on that product, and you take the value to a penny, and then they take the value, they take it as a write-off basically. So they at a certain point they get down to okay, we're not going to sell any of this. It's better for us to just get rid of it. And so they mark it down, they take a write-off for that amount, and then they ship it to wherever, a reclamation where they might get some money for it or something like that. But anyway, that's what happens is they put it to a penny. And so this had gotten taken down and marked down to a penny and discontinued, but they forgot to pull it from the shelf. So it was still in the system as a penny. It should have never been in the store.
So you paid a penny for it.
So I paid a penny for it, yeah.
The lady was just like, okay.
Yeah, I was like, are you taking this from me? I was like, I wasn't going to let her.
I thought you were going to be like, let's figure out a fair price.
Percentage, but whatever. It was a $20 tool.
You've never used it?
No, I don't think so. But for a $20 tool, percentage-wise, that's the absolute best deal I've ever gotten on any tool, even though I only saved $20. But it was like...
And you've never used it.
99.9999% off,
Yes,
so.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, so there you go.
My goodness. That's funny.
That's my long story about an edge guide for a circ saw. Scott, you should be terrified of tile. Terrified of tile. No, I'm just kidding. The tile's not bad, Scott. The tile, I'll give you a tip on the tile. Depending upon, what are you using, Scott? Tell us about, are you using a mesh, like 12 by 12 mesh dealy mosaic thing? Or are you doing individuals? What kind of tile are you using? Because my tip will be a little bit different. My what to look out for will be a little bit different depending upon what you're doing. Exactly, James. Fix this, build that. We do them both. That was the kind of the idea.
That was 100% the idea.
I remember, I don't know.
But I think it was more. I think it was going to be more like fixing things around the house.
Yes. So the one thing that was in my mind.
DIY projects. Yeah.
Correct. The one thing that was in my, I don't know why, but it's still whenever I think about it, this is just what I think about, is fixing a hot water heater.
Yeah. Or
I don't know why.
Plumbing or something, which is funny
But
because you're not
that was
a plumber.
the specific thing was fixing a hot water heater. And I've fixed several things on hot water heaters actually before. I've replaced TPR valves, temperature pressure relief valves. I've replaced those. I've replaced the anode rods, which I probably need to do on that one. I've never done it. We've been here for 8 years.
What now?
It's like an anode rod, so you put it in there, and it is like a sacrificial rod in your hot water heater that will corrode, so that the water will eat that versus eating the interior lining of the hot water heater.
How smart.
Yes, and I've never replaced that one here.
We probably need to have that.
And I've replaced a pilot light, or not a pilot light, but an igniter. So yeah, I've replaced the whole dang thing. I put that one in.
He's done it all, folks. He's done it.
In Loveland. I remember me and Jason. Remember when it flooded? When the basement flooded?
No.
You don't. I was leaving for a trip like the next day, and we had to fix it.
Listen, let's list the number of things that I've said. Do you remember when this happened? And you're like, no, I have no idea. A lot. I don't remember that. How
Jason
much
came
did
over?
it flood?
Quite a bit. I mean, not like.
Were we like swimming around down there?
No, we weren't swimming around. But like most of the
Did
well,
things
a
get
large
wet?
a large portion of the
Is that when we found Monkey?
potentially. Do you remember that play? Like, actually, I don't even remember that. You remember when you went down the stairs?
Yeah.
And then you took the left, and there was that closet right there.
No, there was a closet. Oh, with the light bulbs in it.
Yeah.
All of our light bulbs were in there.
We had a closet just for light bulbs.
And all the packages that you saved.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, that's where all my it was like my box room.
He has
Oh, that'd
boxes. Would you like to tell people about your box habit?
That'd be my mining room right now.
It would be.
Man, I wish I had that.
I know.
Yeah,
Tell
I
people
have
about your box situation.
I have a box habit.
He does have a box habit.
I keep boxes. Tell me I'm
I
normal.
like boxes.
I keep boxes.
I feel like I like wood. I like boxes.
I keep boxes. Like I keep boxes for everything.
I keep
Who
boxes.
doesn't? Like, doesn't everybody keep boxes
I mean,
for everything?
like, so an example would be, and this makes total sense to me because I've been married to you for 16 years. Right? 16 years?
Yes,
Yes,
16.
thank you. If Brad were to get a new phone, he
Yes.
100%
Oh, of course.
keeps the box.
Let's ask this question. Is there anybody on here that after you buy a phone, if you buy a new iPhone, a new Galaxy, whatever, if you buy a new phone,
right?
do you throw away the box?
Like a
I mean, is there
decent,
seriously
phone.
anybody-
This is not like a flip
Yeah,
phone
like
or
a,
something.
like a $500, $600, $700, $800, $900 phone. Like,
Do you keep the
does
box?
anybody throw away the box?
Yeah, who are these people?
I just can't
that
imagine anybody throwing
throw
the box
away the manuals for things.
Oh, I throw the manuals away all the time.
What?
They're all online.
I know, but like
I recycle them, though.
still can't do it.
I recycle them. Actually, I have most of the manuals for my tools.
I
up
mean,
there.
which is so stupid because I feel like I'm breaking a rule if I throw them away.
Daniel keeps the
But
boxes.
I do Google it. I don't look at the manual. Keeps the boxes. I'm a box girl. Okay.
Teresa, Creaker dudes. Are you kidding me?
What? He throws them
throws it
away?
away.
Now, Creaker person, dude, are you are you ever gonna resell that phone?
Pat, I have another
Like
question.
that's the thing. Brad is always like, but if I'm ever going to sell this in the future,
I'll be right
I
back.
want all the original packaging and paperwork, like like the little manual. Those manuals he would keep, right? Yes, he said yes. Like the little direction pamphlets. He keeps all this. I have no idea what he's going in and getting. But Brad, the box collection is in our, we have like a walk-in storage space in our house because we don't have a basement. And one whole corner of the room, is boxes. We need to go through that.
All right.
Oh my gosh, what is this?
So everybody keep all the boxes, at least for a little while. Katie Lockridge in the house
All right, Katie.
was watching TV with the husband. She's just like, I was just watching TV.
That's a good reason to be late.
When he moves, he
What were you
repacks it all in a
watching,
box.
Katie?
Exactly.
What?
The way the boxes to computers, phones, keep the manuals. Katie rolls in and they're just like, oh, I don't do that.
So she did the opposite of you?
Yes. I won't do tile until
Katie, what's the price of the wood these days? We need to get the update.
Yep. All right. Oh, Mike Donaldson, what's up, Mike?
Cole
Everybody's-
asked me
all
tonight.
these
He was
people are coming
like,
in
"Is
late.
wood getting less expensive?" And I was like, "I'm gonna have to let you know after the live
All right.
tonight because Katie has not told us yet." Oh my gosh.
I brought some
iPhone.
things for show and tell.
Show and tell. Oh my gosh.
iPhone.
iPhone.
256.
That's mine, right?
There might be an iPhone in here.
No, there's not. Well, there might be.
What is this
know.
one? Is this
I
the
have no
11?
idea.
No, this is an iPhone 7. iPhone 7. Galaxy S6.
I mean, the boxes are nice and they're small.
Samsung Galaxy
These are small.
S4.
S4.
But
we-
the funnier part is that I actually still have some of these phones.
I forgot about this case.
Oh, that was your phone. The plastic.
Look at that horrible. It's like an Argyle, like green Argyle.
This was Susan's phone.
No, was this that horrible one that I had when we were in Loveland?
This was Susan's
that
phone.
took the worst pictures ever.
Oh, what is this? This is like
I don't know, but it was horrible.
An LG.
I think that was the first. This is the first smartphone I ever had.
Yeah, look how small this is.
I mean,
Rajiv would kill me if he saw this.
Like, you know, when our babies were little, we had like a digital camera, and I had this piece of poo.
It's 8 megapixels.
And like they were little, and I'd be trying to take a picture of them, and they're all
and it's
blurry.
like every
because
photo
like,
would be blurry.
You had to hold still, and there was this crazy strobe light that would flash at you.
Oh,
it was
right,
horrendous.
Oh, dude, still got the SIM card. No way.
What?
Look, there's a card in here.
What card?
I got a 4 gigabyte micro SD card. I'm taking that out. There's probably some pictures on there.
I don't know why that's so exciting.
What was this? An LG 999DW.
It was a piece of poo.
What was this called?
I mean, at the time, it was okay. I don't even think it was that great.
That battery's bulging a little bit. Probably need to get rid of that. Bulging batteries are not good. So I keep stuff. It's what I do.
So like, what are you?
This is like a newer one.
But what are you gonna do with it? Look how
newish
tiny
one.
it is, guys. What are you gonna do with this? Why are we keeping this from memory lane? Is this memories? Is it in the memory drawer?
You ever watch like MKBHD? He has all of his phones ever. Like,
Does he really?
Well, he
I didn't
gets
know
them, like,
that. Well,
free
he's
and
got
stuff.
that huge studio. He's
I
got
feel like,
plenty of
where's
space
all the
for
phones
it.
at? Are they in here? I do sell some phones. I sell them. Surely they're not in here.
Maybe.
They might be.
Whoa. See, guys? This like little piece of adhesive that came with the phone, we still have it.
Look at this. There's a perfectly good charger in here.
Perfectly good charger. I didn't know. Oh, is there any earbuds? Because I would love that. If somehow some earbuds just popped out of there.
This is like
Sign me up.
This is 2 amp. We're keeping this.
Invisible
this is a 2 amp hour
Defender.
charger.
This is riveting content for all the people. Look, you have like earbuds.
There
this
you
is
go.
like Christmas. Although this is for a Samsung, so I don't really care.
All right. So anyway,
we have all the
if
things.
you don't keep boxes, what's the point of living?
I have no problem with these boxes. These are tiny. This is fine. But we have so many boxes upstairs.
I don't know. Yeah.
So many.
Yeah.
So that's my whole point.
So anyway.
Are we keeping these things? This is
why not?
nice.
Yeah, exactly.
A charger.
It's
How
a
many
charger.
chargers can you have? I don't know.
Too
we
many.
have one more.
So if you keep boxes, just know that
You're not alone.
you and I
If I
are
could
on the
sing,
same
I would
page.
start singing. You are not
You
alone.
are not alone. Yeah. All right. So anyway, this is one of my dirty little secrets is that I keep
Is it really a dirty little
everything
secret?
all the time.
You do. He does.
So-
Except for manuals. I'm really impressed
Whatever.
and surprised that you don't keep manuals.
Manuals stink. Because I never read them anyway. So
That
who
is
needs
true.
It? Who needs it? All right. Well, what do we
Needs
miss?
it. Well, and it takes up space like in the filing cabinet. Or wherever you put
All right.
them.
I'm so sorry. Lumber's down $50 from last week.
Ooh.
All right, I like it. Creaker dudes. He says his phone's never lived long enough to resell.
Oh.
That's a great question, Scott. Do I even have the phones? Because I shouldn't have the box if I have the. I think there's another
Where
box
are
in
your
there that
old
has all the
phones?
phones. I think. I don't know. I have the box in the
I mean,
phones
like,
and
hang
separate
on.
ones, but
So we've got a Samsung S4. That's old, right?
it is old, yes.
And then there's the
I
iPhone
have
box.
to still have these because if I sold them, I would have sold
But
it with the box.
where's your phone? Where's your S4?
I don't know. We'll find it.
It should be floating around somewhere.
Oh, I know exactly where it is actually.
Where?
It's in that little cabinet to the right, up high, in the kitchen.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where all tech things go to die. We have like a random bin in the kitchen that is full of cords and
Yes.
things.
That's how. Yeah, that's
in
right.
there. It's like the graveyard of phones.
All right. T-Hub says, oh, wait, and this was probably like, that was coming weird, but it says a ladder, put them on furniture dollies if you can. Taylor,
Oh.
they are on furniture dollies at the moment.
Yep.
And I am going to, that's probably how, I'll probably paint them vertical because then I can access both sides.
How
and
are
I
you
don't
gonna
want to have to flip them.
Paint them vertical.
Well, I'm just, like, I'll have to
How are you
just,
going to get the very bottom? Where it's
what do you mean?
Like,
Like underneath, I'll just, like the bottom?
Mm-hmm.
There, why would I paint the bottom?
be naked down there.
I know, it's going to be covered up.
Okay.
Naked.
If you can sleep at night.
I can. Samsung is up to S20.
What?
Scott says we're talking about the S4, and he says Samsung is up to S21 now.
Oh my god.
Let's be clear here. That is a true statement, but they also skipped from S10 to S20.
Oh, wow.
So that's not
okay,
18. It's not 18 revisions. It's 8.
Why did they say, oh, they just kind of went, no, that makes no sense. It's not like they went
Because
to S30.
Because it was like, it wasn't 2020, but it was when iPhone went to the iPhone X or Max, I think.
I can't keep up with all these
I know.
trends.
They went from the S10 to the S20. So they're like, but then they went to the S21. So
right.
like I think they went to the year. They went to the 20 in 2020.
Oh, so now
So
it's
now
like
the S21 is in the year 2021.
Okay, I like that. Because then at least you can remember, like,
so they figured, yeah.
I must have gotten that.
Because they probably figured, like, well, why would we do an 11 or a 10 in 20? Why don't we just do they did a 10 actually in 2019.
Again, riveting.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm sorry.
I mean, people might be like,
this is
super excited. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, you have had a history of, like, loving phones.
Oh, no. Lisa hit the nail on the head.
What?
She says, and now we see why your son needs more storage.
That is so true.
My son, our middle guy.
Yeah.
Yes, he's a spitting image of me from
really?
that
Were
perspective.
You like that as a kid?
Oh, yeah. I kept everything.
Pack rats.
I'm a pack rat.
Ah.
So bad.
He's so sweet too, because he has a drawer, maybe 2 drawers that are just, I was like, what is all the, it's like random stuff in there. Memories.
Memory drawer.
And then he can tell you, like,
Solid.
all these
We'll be like, well, what is it?
Little things.
We'll be like, what is this tone depressor?
Right.
And he's like, well, that was that one time, Dad, that you and I were out in the shop, and I used this to stir some polyurethane, and it's like,
he would tell you about that. But he is.
You can keep it.
He's kind of open to the idea of getting rid of some things
and taking pictures.
And I didn't even say that to him. He just said, no, there's some stuff I need to get rid of, and I was like, I about fell over. But my idea is to kind of, if we meet with resistance, or not even if, but when we meet with resistance to getting rid of some of this stuff, I'm going to take pictures of it, and then make it into a photo book and write on there like what it was and why it was meaningful, and then he can have that in his room. That's what we'll do.
Mike says 2x4s are down to $3.98 at Depot.
Dude, that's like close to what it was.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay.
That's fantastic.
Are you in the boat? Anybody out there where like people that were building or signing on to do additions and things like that bought when it was high, like, that's got a sting in a way, you know? Because you can't just be like, well, hey, it's low now, because they already had to buy the material when they bought the material. Oh, man. But that's great. It's good.
It hurts.
It's moving in the right direction. Now, if house prices would just do the same thing, that would be great. But
Mark Handy, what's up, my man? What? James says, I'm gonna start storing my boxes on the storage shelf in Ty's room. I'll be like, hey Ty, that top shelf, it doesn't look like you're using it. Can I put some boxes up there?
That back corner that you can't see. We're gonna have some things hidden up there. I see my name.
That would be awesome. What? Where?
Oh no, I don't. Just kidding. My eyesight is just that bad.
Your eyesight is that bad.
I wasn't even trying this time.
So another thing, little known fact, I guess, actually, did you? I guess you didn't crack your What? Did you crack your phone, the screen?
I don't think
so. Any of the recent ones? I don't think you have. Well, because whenever I had
a dream. Whenever shattered this thing.
Whenever we get phones for her, I get like we like OtterBox, and so I usually get like. I'm like, can you encase this like in epoxy? Like what?
I have
this
a
is
problem.
Actually a fairly light one.
I have a problem. This is the lightest one I've ever had, the OtterBox.
Yeah.
I have
we need to replace
a problem with dropping my phone.
She drops
and
it.
He does not understand
multiple times a day.
And it drives Brad up
and because I always hear it. It's a very distinctive thud. And I'm just like.
So sometimes for me, like here's my thing.
You've never cracked the screen though because of the cases.
I'm skilled in the
drops.
drops.
Amazing. But the one time, and I'm
never gonna live this down. This was like 16, 17 years ago. We weren't even married yet, or we were newly married. I think we were newly married. Let's just say 16 years ago.
She had a flip phone.
Leave the past in the past.
It was a flip phone, and she dropped it out of
the
car.
As you did back then.
And ran over it.
But you make that sound so much worse than it was. I had a flip phone. it fell out of my purse out in front of his house. Like I parked on the street. It doesn't really matter where I parked, but I did. I got out. It fell out of my purse. I did not know that at the time because like, you know, it was your flip phone. So like people called you, but I wasn't attached to the hip to this phone. And so I had gone in and whatever. And then I think the next morning I went somewhere, or maybe it was just later that night. I don't know. And I drove away. And of course I rolled right over it. And I don't think it's that ridiculous. And you really are just like, I mean, I could totally see if that happened to you, I would be like, oh, that stinks. But I could totally see how that would happen. Brad is just like, wow, you ran over your phone.
You know, because
like,
it was
if I ran over this phone, I would be amazed.
It was more in the way that like the phone looked after you ran it over. I think it was so impressive. It was just like,
he was like, what have I gotten myself into?
Yes.
This woman just ran over her phone.
But you've never broken any of your phones.
I mean, I feel like you're jinxing me and that's going to happen.
No. But we get her these nice glass ones that
like,
she cracks the heck out of the
this one's like
out of the
a
glass
freaking spider's web right now.
So we got to replace that one. But
yeah,
anyway,
I drop my phone all the time.
I've never
but no, I have a theory.
I've never broken a phone screen.
Okay. So Brad
ever
rarely ever drops his phone. There are some differences in Brad and I.
I have pockets.
He has pockets constantly and can put like front pockets that will accommodate a phone. Women do not have front pockets that can accommodate a phone ever. Would you like to
put a
see
phone in
me?
there.
Oh, please. Come on now.
What do you have in there?
This is my Airpods that don't even work.
Are
for
you
some
joking
reason.
me?
I'm just
These haven't worked in like a month.
Like I'm gonna walk around like this. This is not a thing. No one does this. So the best I can do is like put it in the back, which I do all the time, but then I have to worry about sitting on it. But nobody does this. That's not a thing.
Why are your pockets so short?
I don't know. Why are your pockets so deep?
Ladies, oh my. What?
I know, I'm telling you.
My pockets are like.
I know. Oh my gosh, your pockets are like.
Yeah, that's like the bottom of the
10
pocket right there.
inches long. Like it just gets lost in there.
Just throw it in there.
Oh, gone. Gone.
Put a few more in there.
Yeah, I know. So like that's why who's gonna do this? Who's gonna be like, well, time to make the donuts. I'm gonna like wear the front pocket. No, and so I have it.
I have a whole new respect. I've never you
never knew
your
that.
Little
I know, but I never
really thought about it.
I look really short now. Like I always have it in my back pocket. Fine. I always have it in my back pocket, but then when I like do anything, I have to take it out of the back pocket or I'll crack the screen if I sit on it probably. And then I put it on my lap and then it falls off. And Brad's like, how does it always fall off your lap? Yes.
That's when it goes.
Yeah.
I just
I just do drop it sometimes.
I just like that these are in your pocket and they've been broken for a month.
It's like wishful thinking. If I love them and if I hold them close.
Does anybody have any tips for fixing AirPods? Because she killed one.
I dropped one
the other one
in the sink in water and it's dead. But the other one never had that issue.
But it just kind of...
It just stopped working one day, and it won't sync with my phone. This has been a very tech-heavy episode.
I think people are running.
Oh, I'm sure they are. Look, there was a dip. My pocket came on, and everyone was like, we do not need to see Susan's pocket. But it is a whole problem.
It is.
Men, this is the issue that we have.
It is. It is.
I don't know. Why are your... Well, your pants are looser. I think that's probably it.
It's Michael Anthony. What mask do he's like, dude, just shut up. Just what mask do you recommend for working in the shop?
Michael.
Michael, the one that I use the most, I'd use a mask, yeah. The 3M 6500 half mask. Best one out there, in my opinion. Best one
on the market.
It's awesome because it's got this like quick release where you can like pull it down without having to take the back off. Check that one out. 3M 6500. Actually, here I'll put a little thing because I think this is actually a link to it. 3M 6500. I think that'll take you right to it, Michael. Flip phones and flip flops.
I'm telling you.
Oh yes, that was fantastic. Sorry.
I can't believe you never knew my pockets were so short.
I mean, I guess I kind of knew, but I didn't never really like.
Well, now
especially like this phone is so huge.
Yeah, like if I had a little teeny phone, it probably would work, but no.
Yeah, your phone's still living in the S4, or your pants are still living in the S4 world.
Oh my gosh.
That's so good. T-Hub, name one bucket list build that has a realistic chance of being completed in, oh gosh, 0. There are 0 bucket list builds that have a realistic chance of being built in the next 12 months, Taylor.
12 months?
Yeah.
He gave you a full year and you said 0?
Of like bucket list builds. Like
okay, what's a bucket list build for you?
Like acoustic guitar.
That could happen.
Maloof rocker.
What?
Exactly.
A Maloof rocker?
A Maloof rocker.
What is that?
It's a rocking chair that's like sculpted and shaped.
Okay, that's not happening.
No. The acoustic guitar is not happening either. The way that I would want to build it.
Okay.
Like from scratch with all the jigs and stuff. I don't have, quite frankly.
You should have a goal.
I need
bucket
like
list
literally
projects a year.
I would agree. So I think my problem, Taylor, is that those are my 2 bucket list projects.
That's
like
it?
I haven't really built them out to be like, oh, I want to build. Honestly, like those are the 2 things I can think of that, I mean, those like right off the top of my head, boom, yeah. I want to build those at some point.
Yeah.
There's a lot of projects. I guess I just wouldn't put them on my bucket list project, like, because those are like so high, so advanced.
You need a more attainable bucket list.
I do. Maybe I need like a can list or something.
Yeah, like a drip pan list or something.
I think we stumbled onto something there, Taylor. Thank you for that.
But like that, because you do kind of talk about that, like you want to, like every once in a while you're like.
Well, a hidden. I guess another one would be some kind of hidden door, secret room type thing.
Our children were like, our kids every once in a while will just be like, so what if Dad put in a secret passageway in our house? This was like last week. They were like, that'd be cool. That'd be a good video. Like secret passageway. Like that'd be awesome. And I'm like, dude, we have talked about that for years. There's no place in our house that is conducive to that, or it would already exist in the world.
Yeah, our current house is not quite built for
think,
that.
children.
But yeah, that's on the list. That was probably the most attainable out of the 3.
Do you remember the house that when we were looking for a house 8 years ago that had the slide?
Yes, I do.
That we never even saw it. It was cool. It
slide
had this
from the first floor to the second floor, or second to first.
Right.
Like that'd be awesome if you could slide up to the second floor.
There was like this little weird room. I think that the ceiling was like, it was really short.
Oh yeah, it was like
you had to crawl in there. So what else are you gonna do with that?
It was like a kid's.
And I think they had like
hidey hole
padding, like like a play. What would you call that? With
like the foam pads.
Like foam stuff in there, and you would crawl in. I mean, like it was probably like 4 feet off the ground or something, maybe 5, maybe not. And then there was a tunnel slide, and it went whoop downstairs.
Awesome.
I mean,
we need to do that.
It's so cool, but it would be really obnoxious after a while.
Yeah.
Potentially. That'd be awesome.
Lisa said, "Sounds gross, but suck on the AirPod. My left one stopped working, and that was what I did to get it working again."
Suck on the AirPod? Like on the end? I did read something about how I probably need to clean it, which I would agree. But I haven't gone further than that. Like, I don't know how to clean this thing. The case is pretty gross because I do put these in my pocket, so like lint and stuff.
So we'll have to
gets in there. This is a job for Brad Rodriguez. You are good at this kind of thing.
It is.
He likes the meticulous cleaning of things.
The drip pan list. Cody says the drip pan list is done. JP, what's up, dude? Foxhole Woodworks in the house. You are kind of late. We'll be signing off here shortly, but it's okay.
You're good. You made it.
Taylor said the answer needs work. Of all the professional woodworkers now offering classes, what is the top of your list? Ooh, yeah, definitely Jory. Definitely Jory. And Jory's a buddy of mine. He's kind of extended an open invitation, which is actually really stupid now that I say this out loud. He has extended an open invitation for me to come and take a class.
Where is he?
With him. He's in wine country in California. I know.
I'm not taking the class, but I'll go.
Yeah.
He's in wine country.
Yeah. What do you call it? Napa Valley.
We need to get out there before they shut it all down again.
I know.
That's going to be like in 2 weeks.
Yes, I 100% need to go do a class with Jory.
Interesting.
Like I said, so he works with Woodcraft. I work with Woodcraft. We met at the Woodcraft symposium thing, whatever they're calling.
Symposium, what a fancy word.
It's not the symposium, whatever they call it.
It sounds
it's like
impressive.
the vendor show, where they bring in all the store owners and everything. And We had pizza. We rode double on a Lime scooter. Like it was.
I forgot about that. Didn't you guys throw axes and stuff? Was that trip?
No, that was a different one.
You rode double on a Lime scooter.
We rode. He
awesome.
he messaged me a couple weeks ago, and it was like a video of some dude riding a Lime, and he was like up on the handlebars, like riding it like Superman. Like I have no. By the way, like I don't know how on earth you do that without dying, but.
Oh.
He just
I've
sent
never
it to
ridden on
me.
one of these scooters because I'd be in the hospital
I was
right
like,
now.
that's us, dude. Yeah, I think we were going to get pizza. Like, it was like late night, and we were like, we need pizza. And then there was like,
it's like college or something.
But there was only one Lime scooter, and we were like, we can do this double.
The pizza
awesome.
was that important. That's
It
awesome.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Jory.
Well,
Jory's
that'd be
awesome.
fun. One day.
Let's see here. Miter Saw Station. Oh, JP's making a Miter Saw Station. A beer holder. Mark Handy. I've got a beer holder. A BB King Gibson style guitar. Ooh. Now see, Travis,
Nice.
I could execute an electric guitar. Like I want to build an acoustic. I should probably start with an electric. But I'm not
That's
like
a drip
I
band
haven't played.
Drip band.
I haven't played guitar in ages. I don't even have an amp. I've always played just acoustic, so.
We could buy an amp,
I know we could.
Just saying.
Let's see here. What else we have? Any update on the flooring for the garage? Oh,
Funny
Lisa, I got a few samples of rubberized. I didn't get any cork ones. I think I only got the rubber. I tried to get some vinyl ones, but I've recently been thinking about it because the samples are in the office. I went over to Mark Spagnolo's shop when we went out to Denver, and he has rubber in there, and it didn't smell like. That's my biggest concern with a rubber floor is that it's going to smell like tires in there.
Yeah.
'Cause it's literally made out of tires.
It's good. It's a valid concern. Plus, you have a really good sense of smell.
Yes, and so that'd be like overpowering me.
I
That's
could
my
put a
biggest
little
concern,
Bath
but
and Body
I
Works thing
forgot,
out here for you,
quite
honey.
frankly, I forgot about the cork. I did look around, and I didn't see anybody that had the cork stuff, because that does sound really cool. I'll have to dig back into that. I remember you telling us that.
We'll circle back.
Let's see what else we have. Jimmy's Maker Camp in October. That would be fun. Any opinion on Maker's Mob? Won a free subscription last year.
Sorry, what is
it's
it?
Time to re-up on the fence.
Maker's Mob?
Maker's Mob, yeah.
Oh, okay. Never heard of it.
I've never seen, like I know what it is, but I've never been in it and seen the content, so I can't really comment. I know it's got some good people in it, and the dude, Samurai Carpenter, like he's a great woodworker. So I don't know what the content is like. I know it's got, like I said, I mean, that's all I can really say is like, it's got some good people in it, but it's like, what I don't understand is like, why they sell it so cheap, quite frankly, because it's like, I would get these things, it's like they'll have a special for like $1 or $1.99. And I know it's just like trying to kind of a way to get people in, but I don't know. It just didn't seem representative of the value. So that's like, I know, it's something like, it's like too affordable. It's like, I don't know. I know you know how much it is, but it's like maybe $10 a month and you get like all these plans from all these people. And so I don't know. It seems like a decent deal if it's like actually, I guess that's what I would say, Katie, is like if you've been in it for a year, how many times have you used it, right?
Right.
If you haven't used it at all for free, will you really use it if you pay for it? Would be my answer. Is that I think that'd probably be a better question for someone who's not been in it. I think I would just look back and be like, don't pay for it and think you're going to use it more than you have. You won't, just because you're paying for it. I found out the hard way many times. Don't think that that's like
easy
that's
to try
like
to
something.
Convince yourself.
They're like,
well,
if I pay
for
money,
it,
then
so
I'll use
do
it.
No.
It's not an easy switch. At least if you haven't before, you probably won't.
And this is all for plans.
It's videos. I don't know how many plans they even have, but there's a lot of videos on there. Let's see here. I think we're at 10 o'clock. All right. What else do we have? They have deposit on George's class, but I haven't sorted out a date. I do T-Hub. Let me know if you are going to go. I think he's got a few different classes. I would like to kind of like to go to the bench one because Jason from 44 Steel goes and helps teach that, and I know Jason as well, so that'd be fun. And it'd be cool to like do a little TIG welding. But I also I'd probably do the one with the nightstand. The nightstand, he's got a nightstand. I think he does one that's like a stool, and then there's one that's like a 3-legged nightstand that's like all sculpted and looks really cool. It's not all sculpted, it's just a lot of curves and stuff. So that's probably the one that I would want to do, would be the nightstand one. I think he does those 3, a stool, a bench, and a nightstand. He may do more, and you may even be able to do different ones at the same time. I'm not sure, I haven't looked into it recently. All right, what else we have? Taking classes. Ooh, building an acoustic guitar. JP, that's awesome, dude. Classes, as I have an old Taylor, and it was $3K. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Taylor guitars are awesome. The Do Crew, I like that. Katie says, if I pay money for it, I'll use it. See most gym memberships. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, so anyway, thank you guys for hanging out. This was kind of an interesting one. The cell phone pocket conversation really dropped a lot of viewers, but you know what?
It really did. They did not need that content.
It happens. Hope you guys have a great week. This is quite frankly been very good for me.
You always leave in a better mood.
Have a little bit of
than
levity.
you do when you come in.
I come in. Yeah. Oh, by the way, we're thinking about changing. We are going to change the time for this because just for us, it's not a great time, especially with the puppy. Susan's getting up at like 6 a.m. with the puppy and with the kids to get them off, and then I'm getting up. I usually stay up a lot later than she does, so she takes the early mornings. I take the late nights. So I take him on the sniff already at midnight, and she takes him at 6 a.m.
Yeah, he's adorable both times.
So we're thinking about probably just scooting it up a little bit, maybe 8:30, maybe 8. So moving it forward a half hour or an hour.
Into 8:30 and see how that goes. We'll figure it out.
Right, with the kids. So anyway, if you see a different time, then just to let you guys know, and for everybody that's setting their clocks, and if you're rolling in at 9:45,
perfect.
we may not be there.
Yeah. Oh no, if you're rolling in now,
don't do that.
Oh, I guess that would be wrong.
You'd have to roll in at 9:15 next week.
Yes.
We're committing to it. Next week's 8:30.
8:30.
We're gonna move it up a half hour.
Yeah.
And so maybe for our East Coast friends, that'll be a little bit better too.
True. Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go.
8:30
next week. We'll see how it goes.
It's easier for everybody.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, guys. We will see you next Sunday. Get out there, build something. I feel like I just had a glitch in my system. Build something awesome this week, and we'll see you guys next Sunday.
Good night.
Bye.